What's good, everybody? This is CreamSpinachYo, and I am bringing you the first episode of Math, Science, and Modern Warfare 3. I felt like this would be a cool idea to do. So we're going to start off the right way with something badass, and we're going to talk about the multiverse. You guys may know it as the different types of parallel universes. So this is going to be pretty mind-bending, Inception-like. I'm not going to add any brah in there, but feel free to do so if you really have to. So I want to talk about the four types of parallel universes that physicists have been developing for some time. A lot of it's related to the work at CERN in finding gravitons and stuff like that. So there's the first type of parallel universe, and this universe exists in the exact same space that we occupy. However, it is so far away that we can't see it or reach it. And it is an extension of our own universe, and it's really based on the idea that the universe is infinite in size. And then if this is true, if the universe is infinite in size, then by the sheer mathematical odds, it'll have to exist. And then I'll explain that later on in the next type of universe. So if just to kind of to quantify infinity, you can't really do that, but just to give an example of how far away this actually is, suppose that there's this type 1 universe that does exist. It is so far away that its light hasn't reached us. So, the age of the universe, the light hasn't traveled far enough from this parallel universe to reach us, so that's why we can't see it. And if you are concerned about the size of the universe, feel free to research the idea of cosmic inflation. And because of cosmic inflation, the scientists think that there are an infinite amount of these parallel universes. And if this is true, there are other copies of the planet Earth and the solar system. So there would be an infinite amount of copies of you and me, and there would be an infinite amount of copies of other universes and other Earths, and an infinite copies of each one of us. And so then when this is true, or if this is true, not when, then every possible outcome for every life has to happen. And you can think about this, that if there is a chance that something is going to happen, and there are infinite worlds that may be a little bit different, then every outcome has to exist, because there is a small chance and there's an infinite amount of opportunities for that to happen. And then, just to top it all off, everything that is physically possible in this type of multiverse does occur in another universe. And so just to kind of give another example of that, there might even be an example of a universe like this in which we don't exist. Because remember, all possibilities have a chance to happen. The second type of parallel universe is kind of like what I like to call a budding type universe. And you can basically think of it like there's a giant soap bubble, like the bubbles you blew in your backyard as a kid, and inside this massive bubble there are smaller soap bubbles, and then these bubbles are splitting and combining and forming new bubbles. And imagine that there inside each one of these bubbles there's a universe. So you can see how ridiculous that gets. If you're having trouble with that example, think of it like a tree. Like you start with a tree, and the tree has branches, and then those branches will split off and form other branches attached to that branch. So if you think of each branch as representing a universe, then this is the same type of effect. So branches give rise to more branches, and so universes will give rise to more universes, and it'll just keep going. Now, keep in mind that in this type of scenario, there are infinite types of the first type of universes that I talked about before. In the third type of parallel universes, many other universes will occupy the same time and space as our own universe, but since they are in different dimensions, they are invisible to us. And so there are an infinite number of these multiple universes. And the huge consequence of this is that there are multiple copies of us leading multiple different lives. And so, just to give an example, let's say I'm driving along the road and I'm speeding like crazy, right? Why should I follow the rules when in another universe I already have? And also, why should I follow the rules when in another universe I know I can get away with it? So it's the same idea as the first set of universes where if there's an infinite amount of universes and there's a chance for an event to happen, then it will happen because there are infinite opportunities for it to happen. And so this type of universe falls from the idea in quantum mechanics. If you are familiar with the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, it theoretically states that particles can be two places at the same time. And this is actually really easy to see. If you take a laser and you shine it at some type of spherical or abstract glass object, chances are its reflection will show two different beams of light. Not different colors or anything like that, but if you shine a laser, you're going to see the ends of the laser in two different places. And so another consequence of this is, so we know particles follow the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, and since humans are made up of particles, then theoretically we can be in the same place. We can be in two different places at the same time. So, for an example, let's say you have some type of thought, and this thought will cause you to leap, or quantum leap. That's like the show, but will cause you to jump into another dimension that is a parallel universe. And so, let's say you are walking down some stairs, and the stairs split in two different directions, left and right. Now, if you make your decision to go left, since your decision may depend on a particle inside your brain, you may go both directions because that particle will cause you to jump to a parallel universe, and then in the other universe you'll go right and you'll go left. And then of course this will lead to parallel realities because of this. And then the fourth type, which is the most ridiculous kind, is all the laws of physics that we take for granted are completely different. Because of this, everything is completely different, and these are mostly created by quantum fluctuations or brains crashing. If you imagine brains like the universe living on a slice of bread, and there are two brains in parallel, and they're hitting each other, that will cause a quantum fluctuation. And so a consequence of this is that life may not exist, because the laws of physics and math may be completely different. And so, just to top it all off, if you are unsure about parallel universes, so are the scientists. But think about this. If it is true that the universe was at one point as small as an electron, and then since electrons are governed by quantum mechanics, they follow the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, then those electrons can be at the same, then those universes can be in multiple places at the same time. And so because of that, you inevitably get parallel universes. So that's all I got. I know it's kind of a big topic for the first episode, but I'm really excited about the series, and I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to subscribe, leave a like for the video. I would really appreciate it. And I do have a Twitter. You can follow me at CreamSpinachYo. And if you want to be a friend on the PSN with me, my name is CreamSpinachYo. I'm not expecting anyone to join, so don't worry about it. You won't offend me. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate it. And Gendotherm and I are thinking of doing. We're gonna run through all the Halos on co-op. Do a live commentary. That's gonna be really fun. And then we will start Road to Commander very soon. Probably the next 3 weeks or so. And I hope you have a great day.